Controls window. Stop recording checkbox checked. One or more people want to join this call dialog. The line sensitive. Admit button admit.
Okay. So now,
Need effective scrolling.
introduction
Button line default action to filter the main screen.
to MS Excel. See, Excel is spreadsheet software, or it is data processing software, which is created by Microsoft, that we know very well. So what do we mean by spreadsheet?
Normal cursor.
It is a sheet
Unknown cursor.
spread in rows and columns. So data can be entered, analyzed, or read in structural structure, that we can say. So Excel can be used for collection of data. Means you can collect the data using Excel. It can be used for analysis of data. It can be used for storage of business processes and records. Right? There are various applications of Excel, and that we are going to discuss in short, and then we will go for orientation of Excel, and we are going to open Excel and start our practical as well as. Okay, so what are the applications of Excel? What things we can do with Excel? This is very important, because you must be aware of these things, what you can do with Excel, or what you are going to do with Excel. So I will list out few bullet points for you, which are in my notes, and I am going to provide it through email and Telegram. So first of all, collection of data. Collection of data or recording business processes. Means business processes we can record in Excel. Means attendance of employees, salaries of employees, educational details of employees, transactions of the organization. This can be recorded in Excel. Now in case of collecting data, we want data for research, we want data for we can collect data from interviews, we can collect data from magazines, we can collect data from statistics and various data sources. You must be aware of those. So these things can be done in Excel. Business analysis. Now all of you must be aware of business analysis, whether business is making profit, whether it is making loss, whether we want to change anything, as we change any project, or these things can be decided through business analysis. How our business is performing, how we are doing business, these things can be analyzed in Excel. So there are a lot of things which can be done in business analysis, but I am explaining this in short. Data entry and storage. Data can be entered and stored using Excel. Data analysis, again it is repeating. Performance reporting. This is very important thing. Performance reporting. How an employees are performing, how the projects are performing, how machines are performing. These things can be reported or recorded using Excel. Strategic analysis. Strategic analysis means there are some strategic decisions, जैसे कि आपको यहाँ पे शॉप खोलनी है कि नहीं, आगे जाके हम लोग कितनी शॉप्स कहाँ पे खोलेंगे. These are strategic decisions. और इस तरीके के decisions को एनालाइज करना, मतलब अभी तक हमने जितनी शॉप्स खोली है, whether those shops are in profit, those are in loss. तो strategic analysis can be done using Excel. Accounting सबको पता है, everyone. Accounting and budgeting, ये भी एक Excel का important use है. Administrative and managerial usage भी है Excel के. So there are lots of uses of Excel. आपको भी कुछ पता है तो आप भी बता सकते हैं to make this session interactive. सो दीज आर द यूजेस ऑफ एक्सेल. इतने सारे एरियाज में आप एक्सेल के साथ यू कैन वर्क. सो बेसिकली एक्सेल को ओपन कैसे किया जाता है? फ्रॉम डेस्कटॉप और फ्रॉम स्टार्ट मेन्यू और फ्रॉम रन कमांड यू कैन ओपन एक्सेल. राइट, हाउ टू ओपन एक्सेल? यस,
हमारे तो जैसे टास्क बार में ही एक्सेल है तो उसमें
हाँ, आपके पास पिन किया भी हो सकता है, पिन किया हुआ फ्रॉम टास्क बार, फ्रॉम डेस्कटॉप, फ्रॉम सर्च बार, एनीवेयर यू कैन ओपन एक्सेल. राइट, when you open excel, how it looks, what are the attributes of excel, and what you can see when you open excel on your screen, that we are going to see now. And the orientation of excel, क्योंकि जिस गाड़ी को हम लोग चलाएंगे उसका ओरिएंटेशन और उसके सारे पार्ट्स का आइडिया हमें होना चाहिए जितने इंपॉर्टेंट है चलाने के लिए. सो वी आर गोइंग टू यूज एक्सेल. सो लेट्स स्टडी द स्क्रीन लेआउट एंड एवरीथिंग ऑफ दिस MS Excel software. Now every one of you just try to open Excel on your laptop. जिन जिन के पास भी लैपटॉप अवेलेबल है, जिनके सामने भी है, let's open Excel. I will open Excel for you. So what I can do, I can search Excel in my search bar and I can open
Window, search
Excel.
window, search box and line left blank. X cursor. Normal cursor. Excel comma, X comma, press right key.
So
X cursor.
तेजस सर, हेलो
yes,
सर, मैंने ओपन किया है मगर मुझे A to W तक ये दिखा रहा है और 1 2 3 4 ऐसा कुछ आ रहा है.
क्या दिखा रहा है आपको?
With cursor.
ऐसा A से लेकर W तक कॉलम दिखा रहा है वहाँ पर.
हाँ, yes.
और हाँ 1 2 3 4 ऐसा आ रहा है उसके अंदर.
ओके, राइट. सो आपने एक एक्सेल वर्कबुक को ओपन किया है एंड यू आर ऑन वर्कशीट.
ओके.
तो जैसे ही वी विल ओपन एक्सेल, वी कैन सी a worksheet in front of us, but that worksheet is a part of workbook. Excel has sheets, as like Word has documents, PowerPoint has presentations, Excel has workbooks, and those workbooks contains sheets, spreadsheets that we are going to call. So हर वर्कबुक में स्प्रेडशीट्स होते हैं. जैसे डॉक्यूमेंट के पेजेस होते हैं, एवरी डॉक्यूमेंट हैज पेजेस, एवरी वर्कबुक विल हैव शीट्स. वन शीट इज लाइक वन पेज, इज लाइक, हाँ, नॉट एक्चुअली वन पेज. एक शीट से यू कैन क्रिएट thousands of pages. So one sheet will be equivalent to one page of document, just for an example. So जैसे ही you will open Excel, by default your cursor will be in A1 cell. By default your cursor will be on A1 cell or in the worksheet itself. So how this worksheet looks? What we can see in front of us when we will open Excel. So let me open a blank workbook in front of me. Just
which office version are you using?
Ops 29.0.2.
it's I think 2021 or 2019 it should be.
Meet at Excel. Ops 29. Excel 01 column 333.
So this is Excel
With cursor.
and I have opened a blank workbook.
Look on
Here.
Excel. Keep one table. Align default vertical. Align default. One. Normal cursor.
So by default my focus will be in book 1 and sheet 1. Every workbook can contain more than one worksheets. So by default I have sheet 1 in front of me. So I will just explain you interface of Excel and how to navigate between the different title bar, status bar, ribbons and these things on Excel, because we are starting from day one. So see, on top of the Excel, this Excel window, you can see a status bar, you can see title bar, which you can read by insert plus T. By insert plus T, you can read title bar of the Excel or any application, where name of the application you can find, and name of the file which is open or on which you are currently working. These two things you can find on title bar: name of application and name of file which is open in that application. These things you are going to find in this insert plus T. So I will just press insert plus T and
Book 1 Excel.
so book 1 is open, and it is open in Excel, which you can see here through insert plus T. On title bar, at the right side corner, there are 3 buttons.
Sir, somebody has turned on his microphone, so kindly request.
Okay, please turn off your microphone. So your NVDA, just let me see. Abhay sir, can you please turn off your microphone? So
I'm not using laptop.
okay, you are not using. Somebody is using laptop and he or she has turned on it. Okay, now I'm not. Okay.
Sir, please do one thing. You can just turn off, disable the microphone setting if people want to incorrect. So they will chat, mention in the chat box also, right? I want to say something, just like this.
Inaccessible. यहाँ आप सिर्फ hand raise कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, you can raise hands.
हाँ सर, सबके मतलब disable ही कर दो, कोई बात नहीं.
Okay. Okay, this will be a pure tutorial. So let me disable microphones. And
9.0.2 left there. 64
after
window right there. That's
my explanation will be done, I will enable your microphones.
Meet that advanced Excel class by Tejas Sir document.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So
Let everyone turn on their microphone checkbox. Box 29.0.2 left there.
now I will just
Align
I
all
have-
post controls toggle button not pressed.
okay. So just listen carefully,
Book 1
step by
Excel.
step.
Sheet 1 table.
So on the right side of title bar, there will be 3 buttons which every individual can see and can click on those buttons. Those will be minimize, maximize and close. Minimize, maximize and close. See, you must be aware of the position of this button, because you can tell your cited fellows. See, there is this button will be at the right side top corner. So just click on that button and you can close Excel. So you can help your cited fellows. That's why I am explaining the screen layout of Excel. So on the right side top corner on title bar, there are 3 buttons: close, maximize the window, minimize. So you can minimize window using Windows D. You can maximize window when it is minimized by clicking on taskbar on that application, or you can make that window full screen using Windows plus up arrow for maximizing the window
Normal
size,
cursor.
and Windows plus down arrow for minimizing the window. Windows plus down arrow minimize the window, Windows plus up arrow maximize the window, and Alt plus F4 close the window. Alt plus F4 is closing the window. So this is the title bar. Then you will have standard toolbar below the title bar itself. It will be horizontal. It is a horizontal strip, small strip on which different tabs are located. So you must be aware of the ribbon tabs like home, insert, this formula, draw, and these tabs. These are located on standard toolbar, or which is called as upper ribbon also. So how to move to upper ribbon? It is very easy. you can simply just press Alt button and your focus will be on upper ribbon. Right now my focus probably will be on title bar. How to check focus? Insert plus tab. So let me check my focus and I will.
Cell A1.
Okay, cell A1. So here is my focus and I want to move my focus on upper ribbon of the Excel. So let me move my focus on upper ribbon of the Excel by pressing simply just Alt key. So single Alt key.
Ribbon tab control expanded. Home tab selected Alt comma H2 of 9.
So let me reduce the speed so you will be able to.
Rate 40, rate 35.
Okay. So upper ribbon, my focus is on upper ribbon and probably on home tab.
Home tab focus selected Alt comma H2 of 9.
Yes. So it is 2 of 9. 2 of 9 is the hint that there are other tabs or other options also on the ribbon. So how to explore these options? See, this is horizontal strip, right? This ribbon is horizontal. So when the ribbon is horizontal, you can use up, right and left arrows for navigation on this ribbon. So let me press right and left arrows.
File tab button Alt comma F1 of 9.
So at the leftmost, at the left corner of this upper ribbon, there is File tab, and towards right I am going. First is
Ribbon tab control expanded. Home tab selected Alt comma H2 of 9.
Home.
Insert tab selected Alt comma N3 of 9.
Insert.
Page layout tab selected Alt comma P4 of 9.
Page layout.
Formulas tab selected Alt comma M5 of 9.
Formulas and other tabs which you can explore, like
Data tab selected Alt comma
Data.
6 of 9. Review tab selected Alt comma R7. View tab selected Alt comma W8 of 9.
View.
Help tab selected Alt comma Y9 of 9.
9 of 9. Here ribbon, upper ribbon ends here. Now these tabs are group of functions. Every tab, every single tab has multiple function in it itself. Means every tab contains multiple functions. Like home tab will have its different group of functions. Insert tab will have different group of functions, and every single tab like this. So where these other functions of these tabs are located? These functions are located on lower ribbon, just below the upper ribbon. Means just below of the upper ribbon you can find one more ribbon which is bigger in size than upper ribbon. Upper ribbon is just small strip, but lower ribbon is 2x or 3x of the upper ribbon, because there are lot of functions on upper ribbon, this lower ribbon. The tab which is focused, suppose now my focus is on help tab.
Help tab focus selected Alt comma Y9 of 9.
Right. So all the functions from help tab will be displayed on lower ribbon, which is just below the upper ribbon. So all the functions related to help tab. So when I will be focusing on home tab, all the home tab functions will be displayed on lower ribbon, and we can navigate also. So now let's try to do this. Just focus on home tab.
Data tab, formula. Insert tab. Home tab selected
Home
Alt comma
tab.
H2 of 9.
Okay, now I can see lot of functions in front of me on lower ribbon. I can see lot of functions in front of me on lower ribbon. But how to move between these functions? Because I have focused on home tab, but how to move between these functions, which is very simple. When you focus on a single tab, you can press tab key for moving your focus to lower ribbon. Now let me do this for you.
Share collapse, share this document. Home grouping, clipboard grouping, paste split button unavailable, collapse, paste left parent, CTRL plus B right
Okay,
parent,
so now
paste up.
I am on lower ribbon, and let me check my focus.
Paste split button unavailable, focus red only, collapse, paste left parent, CTRL plus B right parent, pick a paste option, comma,
So this is the option from home tab, and now I am on lower ribbon. So I can read all the options of lower ribbon by pressing tab like this.
Cut button, copies, format, office, Font edit. Font. Home group. Decrease fonts. Bold toggle button. Italic toggle. Underlines.
So like this I can read all the options of home tab and every single tab of the Excel. Okay, I will respond to you after some time. Just let me explain this and then I will enable you to speak. So this lower ribbon contains various options of focused tab, and you can move through these options by pressing tab. And see, there are shortcuts also for reaching these options, so don't worry. But if you don't know shortcuts, you can move like this. You can go by long cut, and NVIDIA or JAWS will announce the shortcut for this option, and you can move by using shortcut from next time like this.
Border split button collapse bottom border apply border to the currently selected cell dot alt comma H comma B.
See, Alt HB will enable me to border cells. Alt HB will enable me to border cells, but I was not aware of this shortcut, so that's why I came to this home tab, and then I keep moving by using tab till border, and then I got to know this shortcut, right? So this can be the way for revising the shortcuts which we have forgot or which we don't know, right? So this is the way to way of reading lower ribbon. Now below the lower ribbon there will be a formula bar. Below the lower ribbon of the Excel there will be formula bar. So what is this formula bar? When you type a formula in the Excel for different purposes, it will displayed here in formula bar. So when you will have to edit the formula, when you will have to edit the cell, you will have to click on formula bar or cell itself. So either you click formula bar or either you click cell. So you can see what you are typing over there, or you can make changes by clicking on formula bar also and on that cell also. But it is very interesting to know that how to move our focus using keyboard to formula bar. So just press F2 and you will be in formula bar, or you will be in editing, you will be able to edit your formula like this. For example,
Sheet 1 table, align default vertical, align default, A1.
I have this I am in this cell, like you can see my focus,
Cell A1.
cell A1. So here I will type just simple formula
Edit line left
equals, and this B
B.
2
Num lock off. Num lock on.
B2
B2 slash
B2 slash
B. 1.
1. So यहाँ पे मैंने इस formula को लिखा है. Here I have typed this formula,
A2.
and now I have to change this formula.
Number div slash 0 and at formula A1.
Okay, now this is it is showing some error and 0 result. So I want to change this formula. So how is it possible? Because see, when we will press any key in this cell, the whole formula will be erased and that input will be typed. Suppose I have typed T, so the previous formula will be removed from cell by default and T will be typed in the cell, and no formula will be will remain in the that particular cell. So how to edit this cell? So just click that formula in formula bar, then only you will be edit letter by letter or character by character, but we cannot click, so we will press F2 for editing this cell. See, now you can not read each and every character of this formula by pressing up down arrows, because up down arrow we will move to different cells, so we will press F2 in this case. So I will just press F2.
Edit line left equals B2 slash B1.
See, now it is reading formula for me because my focus is on actually formula bar.
Edit focus equals B2/B1.
So edit focused. So if I am able to edit, it means my focus is on formula bar, and when I will press enter, then I will come to cell. Now see,
Align
I have
default
pressed
vertical align
enter,
default. Cell A2.
and then
Number div/0 and
this formula is there. So formula bar, in formula bar you can see what you are typing and what is your formula. And below the formula bar is also horizontal strip from left corner to right corner of your screen. So you can see what you are typing in that small strip or small edit box. And below that is your worksheet, like lot of rows and columns. Excel worksheets looks like lots of rows and columns. So below formula bar your worksheet is located. By default, worksheet's background color is white, text color is black, and there are lot of rows and columns in front of you in this worksheets. So this will be your worksheet, which is the combination of rows and columns. So like every combination of row and column will make a box in front of you, and that box is known as cell. That box is known as cell, and every cell is combination of row and column. So in Excel worksheets, letters represents column and number represents row. For example, my focus is on
A2.
A2.
Number div/0 and formula A1.
A1. So A is the first letter, it means this is the first column of my worksheet, and 1 is the first number, so it will be a first row and first column of my worksheet, like this.
A2.
This will be second row of first column because I am in A and so on.
B2.
B2, it means I am in second column of my worksheet, and
C2.
C2. So जैसे से letters will जैसे I will move to next letter, I am moving to right, and as I will move to 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, I will move to downwards in the sheet. So this is 2D. This is the 2D table. Don't worry, we will see what is 2D table, what is 1D table in a while. But let's try to understand what is in front of us. So this is the structure of Excel worksheet. Now below this worksheet again status bar is located, and on that status bar status of your worksheet will be displayed, like zoom in, zoom out, page breakup, and all these things. So now how we are going to move to this status bar? Simply you will have to press F6 key for moving to status bar. Now let's press F6 for moving to status bar.
Page, status bar, accessibility check, accessibility colon, good to go button, accessibility check, complete dot, click here to learn more dot.
So these are the options on status bar, like
Normal tab selected, normal data document, and normal view dot.
again status bar is horizontal strip, so left right arrows will help you to navigate around the status bar. I am pressing right and left arrows.
Page layout tab, page layout, see how your printed document will look dot. This is a good way to check out where pages begin and end, comma, and to see any header/footers on the page dot. Add start cursor, normal cursor. Page break preview, add page break preview, see where the page breaks will appear when your document is printed dot.
See here are some options which will help you to check how your document will be appeared on printed page, or where the page break, so you can adjust your data according to the document or its print layout.
Zoom out button 100.
Zoom out and zoom in, these are the options. Means you can zoom the Excel sheet so you can see a bigger fonts and bigger size of text in front of you, and you can zoom in or zoom out according to your requirement. Zoom in means you are making sheet smaller, or zoom in means you are making sheet larger, and zoom out means you are making sheet smaller. So when your sighted fellow will say I want to read this sheet with bigger font size, so you can say him or her to just look at the bottom of your Excel sheet. You will find zoom in or zoom out buttons. According to those buttons, you can adjust the sheet size on your window. So these are the options on status bar.
Zoom button 100.
Zoom in,
Zoom 100% zoom level up. Click to open the zoom dialog box top. Accessibility checker, accessibility colon.
and
Click the go button.
accessibility checker. These are the options. And below the status bar, taskbar of the Windows is located. So that's all you can see on your Excel screen. The right upper side is all about this title bar, standard toolbar, or you can say upper ribbon, then lower ribbon, formula bar, worksheet, and status bar. So your Excel screen is divided in these many parts, and lots of functions are given on these parts. So title bar will contain title and application name on itself. It will also display the name of user. Like suppose I am using this Excel, so it will display my name if I have genuine copy of Excel. And this minimize, maximize, and close button you are going to find on this title bar. Below that, the low upper ribbon is there, on which file tab and rest of the Excel function tabs are given, and you can focus on any tab and access the function of that tab on lower ribbon. Below that, formula bar is located, through which you can edit the formula, you can type or edit the formulas. So you can see what you are typing in the cell. Below that, the Excel sheet is located, actual worksheet, which is divided in rows and columns, and which is actually a big table which will contain more than millions of rows and thousands of columns. Millions of rows and thousands of columns. I have one more interesting question for you. Why there are more rows in Excel and less columns? Means why there are millions of rows and why there are thousands of columns in the Excel sheet? Means why there are more rows than columns in Excel sheet? This will be the interesting question, and I am curious to hear the answers when you will be able to speak. And below your worksheet, your status bar will be located, on which you can see status of your document. And there is sheet tab also, so you can move between sheets, worksheets, like pages. As we move between pages of the document, you can move between pages of the workbook. So for moving by default we have one worksheet, but as per our requirement we can add multiple sheets in the single workbook. And how to move between sheets? Just by pressing Ctrl, page up and page down. So page up for previous and page down for next worksheet. So like this you will be able to move between the worksheets in your Excel workbook. One more thing I should tell you, that you can name and rename the sheets, that we will see later. So this is the screen layout of Excel. What you can see in file tab, this is very interesting, which I must show you.
Sheet 1 table, align default vertical. File list, home, alt, comma, F, comma, H.
So in file tab you can see this much options related to your file.
New, alt, comma, F, comma, N.
New,
Open, alt, comma, F, comma, O.
open,
Info, alt, comma, F, comma, I.
info,
Save, alt, comma, F, comma, S.
save,
Save, alt, comma, F, comma, A.
save as,
History unavailable, alt, comma, F, comma, K.
history, then
Print, alt, comma, F, comma, E.
Print.
App start cursor. Share, alt, comma, F, comma, Z.
share,
Export, alt, comma, F, comma, E.
export,
Publish, alt, comma, F, comma, U.
publish,
Close, alt, comma, F, comma, Z.
close,
Account, alt, comma, F, comma, D.
account,
Feedback alt comma F comma K.
feedback
Options alt comma F comma
and
T.
options. These are
Sheet
the
one page.
options of your file tab. So as you have done your basic computer, you must be aware of the file and its extension. So default file extension of the Excel is XLSX. This is the default file extension of Excel. Means every single Excel file will be saved with this extension only, XLSX. Means suppose book1.xlsx. So I hope you must be aware of that, what is file extension and how we can identify the file types of the file types by reading file extensions. So this is about the screen layout and overview of Excel. Now let me just enable you to speak and you can answer that question, why Excel sheet contains more rows
The
than
cache statement has left the
columns.
meeting.
So let me enable you to speak from
Press.
host control.
Close button. Attack Select has left the meeting. Unknown cursor. Ops 29.0.2 left parent. 64 dash comma Windows right parent dash profile colon untitled. Let everyone turn on their microphone. Checkbox check. Normal cursor. Normal
हेलो
cursor.
सर
Yes.
हेलो सर
Yes.
हाँ मैं बोल रहा था क्योंकि ना अपना डेटा जैसा असेंडिंग ऊपर से लेके नीचे तक ऐसा डेटा होता है स्टैंडिंग रो के अंदर, इस वजह से रो ज्यादा होती है.
ओके, गुड आंसर बट नॉट सेटिस्फैक्ट्री. और कोई ट्राई कर सकता है?
कैन आई आंसर?
यस.
इसमें इस तरह से होता है क्योंकि when it comes to making multiple entries, so the the factors which are there in the there are thousands of columns because the factors are less and the entries are more.
Exactly. That's what I want. See, the data is divided on the basis of some factors. For example, here are, I think, more than 25 people are in this meet, and I want to record personal details of all of you. So I will use certain factors. On the basis of those factors, I will record your names. So like factors will be like name, the age, address or date of birth, and lots of factors like this. But factors are less and entries are more. So means I can enter thousands of entries on the basis of these 5 factors only, like name, age, gender, date of birth and mobile number. Like these are the 5 factors of my database, and I can make thousand entries or this millions of entries I can make on these 5 factors only. So that's why in Excel rows are more and columns are less, because there are less factors and more entries. This is the perfect answer of my question. Okay. So as you have done your basic computer, so I hope you are familiar with the interface of Excel and you know what is there in Excel. Still I have demonstrated it for you. Hi, yes Rupal, आपको कुछ? हाँ, yes.
Yes, sir. Like if our cursor is in a status bar, by pressing F6 we move over there, and again if you want to move back to the sheet, working sheet, how can we move, sir?
Okay, this is very interesting question. So if your focus is on status bar, you have 2 ways. Either you press escape or you press F6 until your focus reaches workbook. Like this I will show you.
Book 1-Excel, sheet 1 table, align default.
So now my focus, just listen, after that I will come to you. Now my focus,
Cell C2.
see, now focus is in cell. Now I am going to move to this status bar, and for that I will press F6.
Status bar, accessibility checker, accessibility colon, good to go button, accessibility
Okay, now I am on
click here to
status
learn more
bar
dot.
and I will press F6 again.
Pane. Ribbon tab control expanded. Home tab selected alt comma H2 of 9.
Now I am on upper ribbon.
Sheet 1 table align default vertical align default C2.
And now I am in this C2 cell. So that's how you can move your focus by using F6, or you can simply press escape.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi Tejas, would love to add a few things into this. Hello,
Just
I hope I'm audible.
now you are audible.
Okay, let me turn off the
Put one
sound
dash.
so that.
Put 1 dash.
Okay. So guys, आप लोग जब रिबिन में नेविगेट कर रहे हो, जैसे ये तेजस सर ने बताया कि जब आप जैसे कि होम टैब में आ गए हो, अब होम टैब में जो है ना, आप टैब से एक एक जो फंक्शन है, एक एक जो ऑप्शन तो उसके थ्रू नेविगेट कर सकते हो। होम हर टैब में ना फंक्शन वाइज ग्रुप बने हुए हैं, जैसे फॉन्ट ग्रुप हो गया, क्लिपबोर्ड ग्रुप हो गया, स्टाइल ग्रुप हो गया, एडिटिंग ग्रुप हो गया। ये होम टैब के ग्रुप बता रहा हूँ। ये जो ग्रुपिंग है इसका भी एक शॉर्टकट है जो कि कंट्रोल राइट या लेफ्ट एरो से किया जा सकता है। सो दैट मान लो कि आपका काम है स्टाइल ग्रुपिंग में, तो आप बेवजह का एक टैब करके एक एक मतलब ऑप्शन जाने के बजाय आप उस
Yes,
ग्रुप
you
पर
will save
डायरेक्टली
your time.
जंप कर सकते हो कंट्रोल
by
राइट लेफ्ट,
jumping.
कंट्रोल राइट एरो से। हेलो,
Yes.
हाँ, कोई कुछ कह रहा था क्या?
No.
सो ये एक चीज़ आप कर सकते हो। मतलब ये मैं पर्सनली यूज़ करता हूँ। और बाकी सर सीरियसली मुझे कुछ चीज़ें यार इसमें पता नहीं थी जो आज मैंने जानी।
Okay, so just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. For my the South Indian students, I would like to explain this thing in English.
Okay, I'll tell in English. No worries, sir. Sorry, I forgot that.
So everyone,
guys,
please try to speak in English because we have South Indian friends with us. If it is not possible for you, you can speak Hindi.
Mistake that I did. Let me explain it in English. As Tejas sir told us that you can use tab or shift tab key to navigate between the options that are available in lower ribbon, right? But in lower ribbon there are groupings also. What are the groupings are? I'll give you the example of home tab. In home tab you have groups like clipboard, font, style, editing and so on. So you can directly jump within these groupings. You can use control right arrow to jump to the next group and respectively control left arrow to previous. How it works? Just
I will show you how it works.
Tejas sir will show you, sorry.
Book 1 dash Excel, sheet 1 table, aligned.
For example, I will go to home tab, or rather than I will move to upper ribbon and I will tell you step by step.
Ribbon tab control expanded. Home tab selected alt comma H2 of 9.
Okay, so by default my focus is on home tab. Now I will move to home tab by pressing tab and I will go to this group.
Share select, share is document. Home grouping, clipboard grouping, paste split button unavailable.
So
Select
now
paste left
I am
parent, CTRL plus B right parent, pick a paste option.
So I am in this clipboard group. Now I will press Ctrl plus right arrow because it is the leftmost group. So I will have to start with Ctrl right arrow.
Font edit alt comma H comma FF selected delivery.
So this font group, I am in font group.
Align left delivery, home grouping, alignment grouping, top align
Alignment
button
group.
not pressed. Number format edit alt comma H.
Number format.
Align left general, home grouping, styles grouping, conditional formatting, collapse easily. Cells grouping, insert split button, collapse, insert cells, add cells, comma, rows, comma, columns or sheets to your workbook dot, alt comma H comma, editing grouping, auto.
And that's all. So like this you can save your time. This is the navigation trick which is very useful in Word, Excel and PowerPoint also. So just not for Excel, it works in Word.
It's just a random, it's just a random query. So I just wanted to know that in like PhD we are supposed to make a bibliography, and when we are making bibliography, there is this list of books which we are supposed to write, and then this bibliography has to be written in a ascending order. So I just wanted to know that is there any keyboard shortcut for, like, putting things in ascending order,
Yes, yes.
rather than going to this application and then sort by and all that.
Okay, keyboard. You want keyboard shortcuts for writing in ascending order.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know the shortcut for this, because probably when we write, so we can make programs for this, but in Excel or Word, as per my knowledge, there is no shortcut.
Yes sir, there is no shortcut.
Because हम कब क्या लिखेंगे ये उसको कैसे पता चलेगा? जब हम when we will write, then only computer knows it कि what we are writing, and then only it can sort, क्योंकि कितने एरिया पे sorting करना है, कितना आपका लिस्ट रहेगा, ये तो सब सिलेक्शन के बाद ही कंप्यूटर को पता चलता है.
Supposedly I have made 10 entries and I have selected from.
We just want a shortcut command to use sorting feature, rather than going in a tab, then lower ribbon and so on.
Yeah,
We want a shortcut.
So there is shortcut. There is shortcut for this. That these things we are going to study in the home tab. There are all sorting options, means all sorting options. I am going to tell you the shortcuts and simple methods of sorting. There are more than 2-3 shortcuts for sorting, like there are custom sort, there is multi-level sorting, single level sorting. So all of these things we are going to see, but give me some time, because we are at screen layout of Excel. So we will cover these things probably after 2-3 lectures at the time of data entry. Okay, so one more thing I would like to tell you related to screen layout of Excel. See, as you know, there are rows and columns in Excel, and this letter will represent column ID and number will represent row ID, right? So this Excel sheet is in front of you, is from your left side top corner to right side bottom corner. Like you can imagine a screen in front of you and the Excel sheet spread over the screen itself. So the first column is located at the left side. First row is located at the top of that first column, right? Means position of first row and first column will be left side top corner. Why I am telling you this? Because sometime I may ask you to move down, move right, move up. So ये जो instructions है ये आपको समझने चाहिए. So इसलिए remember that first cell of the Excel, that is A1, is located at the top of left side, means top of the left column, leftmost column. And as you will move to B, C, D, E, F, G or Z, ZA, ZB or like this, so you are moving to right side of your Excel sheet, right side. And when you will move to A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, you are moving to downwards, means you are moving to downside of this Excel sheet. So sometime I will ask you to move 2 rows down, 2 columns right, 3 rows up, 4 columns down in certain instructions or in certain formulas. So try to understand the structure of this worksheet, because you are going to create tables in this worksheet, and these tables will contain its own rows and columns, or its own set of rows and columns, or its every table will have its own area of rows and columns. So when you are going to make these tables, you must be able to imagine these things, means where is the location of, means what is the location of table on my on this Excel sheet or on the screen itself. For example, you are making this table on C, D, E, suppose E, F, G row. So probably your table may be at the center of the screen, EFG, right? EFG, 4 rows means little bit at the right side. And when you are starting your table from A10, so you must be able to imagine that already there are 10 blank rows above the table. Are you getting what I want to say? और जो भी मैं बता रहा हूँ ये आपको समझ में आ रहा है क्या सभी को?
Yes sir, yes sir.
कि जो टेबल आप अपने शीट पे बनाने जा रहे हैं उसका ऑन स्क्रीन लोकेशन भी आपको इमेजिन करना आना चाहिए, बिकॉज A1 इज द फर्स्ट सेल इन योर एक्सेल शीट, राइट? उसका जो लोकेशन है वो सबसे ऊपर और सबसे लेफ्ट साइड में रहेगा. जैसे कोई नोटबुक के पेज में हम सबसे लेफ्ट में से सबसे ऊपर वाली लाइन में लिखना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं, सेम वे एक्सेल में भी सबसे लेफ्ट एंड सबसे ऊपर वाली लाइन सेल में हम लोग लिखना स्टार्ट कर देंगे.
Tejas, I just want to intervene a bit. Can I speak?
हाँ, यस यू कैन.
तो उसमें ना हम लोग एक चीज और कर सकते हैं कि जैसे when I was also like you know when we used to go to NGO visits and all ना, तो हम लोग जब एक्सेल के बारे में समझाते हैं ना बच्चों को, तो we can bring in the analogy of a braille slate.
Yes.
तो ऐसे बता सकते हैं कि ये braille slate की तरह होता है. और ये
braille slate is a very good example, क्योंकि मेरे पास यहाँ पर ऑफिस में मैंने एक एक्सेल शीट का ब्रेल मैप बनाया हुआ है. जो एक्सेल का पूरा स्क्रीन है उसका मैंने एक ब्रेल पेपर पे मैंने बनाया हुआ है पूरा, और उसमें रोज कॉलम्स एंड ऑल थिंग्स आर एक्सप्लेन. सो जो ब्रेल स्लेट आप में से सभी ने देखी होगी, या चेस बोर्ड भी एक अच्छा एग्जांपल हो सकता है, बिकॉज इट हैज रोज एंड कॉलम्स, it has squares, individual squares which we can sell.
Yes, sir. And it has own name also, A1.
हाँ, चेस बोर्ड में भी तो यही होता है, A1, A2, A3. So chess board is a perfect example. Which
उसमें I want to ask one thing that जैसे आपने बोला कि आपने ब्रेल का लेआउट बनाया हुआ है, तो जैसे A1 है तो एक सेल में तो आप एक ही चीज लिख सकते हो, तो A1 इकट्ठा कैसे लिखा?
हाँ, that's what see यहाँ पे क्या होता है, I will tell you अभय सर. जो A है वो सबसे ऊपर लिखा होगा उस सेल के भी ऊपर, और जो 1 है वो फर्स्ट रो है उसके लेफ्ट साइड में लिखा होगा. इट मीन्स 1 जो है दैट इज द हेडिंग ऑफ दैट रो.
ओके.
हाँ, एंड एक्चुअल जो एक्सेल का स्क्रीन होता है उसमें भी इट इज लाइक दैट ओनली. जो A है, A विल बी ऑन टॉप ऑफ द सेल A1 एंड 1 विल बी रिटर्न एट द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ A1. So same like that. Now suppose you move to A2, so you cannot find A above that A2. You will find this A above A2, means you will have to look at the after A1 and then you will find A2. This means A letter. So A letter will be the topmost letter of that column, and below that you will not find A in every single cell.
तो हाँ, तो मैं आपसे यही जानना चाह रहा था कि जैसे टेक्टाइल शीट्स भी आजकल चलती हैं काफी ज्यादा, तो उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि आपने पूरी शीट कवर की हुई है या सिर्फ एक्स एक्सिस वाई एक्सिस टाइप बनाया हुआ है?
हाँ, एक्स एक्सिस वाई एक्सिस टाइप ही, क्योंकि पूरी शीट एक पेपर पे कवर करना इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर मी. सो जस्ट फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग द लेआउट, जस्ट उतना इमेजिनेशन क्रिएट करने के लिए स्टूडेंट के माइंड में आई हैव मेड दिस. ओके, सो और किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन है स्क्रीन लेआउट के बारे में? सी एंड जो डायमेंशनल एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, राइट लेफ्ट अप डाउन, वो हम डायमेंशनल एस्पेक्ट्स में भी ये लेटर कवर होने वाला है. आज का जो लेक्चर था वो इंट्रोडक्शन एंड ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ एक्सेल था, तो उसमें ये हमने कवर किया. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में हम लोग डेटा कवर करेंगे, इंट्रोडक्शन टू डेटा एंड डायमेंशनल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ डेटा. तो उसमें वो डायमेंशंस का अच्छे से हम लोग वी विल डिस्कस.
Okay, sir. Sir?
हाँ, yes.
Sir, can you explain little bit about zoom in and zoom out? Like
See,
this
हाँ.
in and out is done especially for a particular cell?
No, entire worksheet. जैसे कोई फोटो को हम जूम करते हैं और फिर से उसको रेगुलर साइज में लेके आते हैं, वैसे पूरी शीट को आप लोग जूम कर सकते हो और पूरी शीट को आप नॉर्मल साइज पे भी लेके आ सकते हो।
Okay.
सो वहाँ पे पूरी
Zoom
वर्कशीट
Confirmation
zoom
was
होगी।
raised the hand.
sir, to zoom करना है तो we have to do zoom out, zoom in. Sorry, ना sir?
हाँ,
Zoom
अगर
in will
आपको
enlarge.
हाँ एनलार्ज करना है तो यू विल हैव टू जूम इन, और अगर उसको आपको स्मॉल करना है तो यू विल हैव टू जूम आउट।
Sir, small means it will come back to its original size
ओरिजिनल
again.
साइज और उससे भी छोटा हो सकता है, उससे भी शीट को हम लोग जूम कर सकते, मतलब जूम आउट कर सकते हैं।
Okay.
सपोज आपने 50 कॉलम्स में एंट्री की है, तो आपको देखना है कि 50 कॉलम एट अ टाइम पूरी स्क्रीन पे आने चाहिए, तो यू विल हैव टू जूम आउट। उस शीट को आपको जूम आउट करना पड़ेगा, तभी 50 कॉलम्स आपको दिख पाएंगे। जनरली नॉर्मल सेल साइज में सिर्फ 10 या 12 कॉलम्स को हम लोग स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं, तो उसको जूम आउट करने के बाद 50 कॉलम्स को भी हम लोग स्क्रीन पे एक साथ देख सकते हैं।
Okay. 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 Thank you, sir.
ओके, और इज देयर एनी क्वेरी?
Yes, sir. Hello.
यस।
Sir, in status bar, there is one option of accessibility next to the Zoom.
हाँ, यस, एक्सेसिबिलिटी
So,
चेकर।
Yeah, what is that? Could you please explain?
एक्सेसिबिलिटी चेकर मतलब जो आपका डॉक्यूमेंट कितना एक्सेसिबल है, इट विल चेक द एक्सेसिबिलिटी ऑफ योर डॉक्यूमेंट। सपोज आपने कोई ऐसा कलर यूज किया है और ऐसा फॉन्ट यूज किया है विच इज नॉट अंडरस्टैंडेबल बाय एनी डिफरेंटली एबल पर्सन, so it will show you that your document is not accessible, or any color, any font style, or any cell border which is not readable or which is not understandable by the differently able persons, so it will show you that your